Hello guys, this is Crash Illustration and I'm back with another video. So much enthusiasm is what I have for this video. Now, this video in question is my top 10 fights in all of fiction. Now, what makes a good fight? I've always questioned that. Well, a good fight must have good choreography. It must have a good reason why it's happening, not just a fight to be a fight. And it must also have some emotional tones under it, like what are the stakes and who's gonna lose what if the other party wins, and what is going on in that scene specifically. Now, I'm not gonna go into an in-depth breakdown of each fight that I say on this list because I'm not that kind of person. I'm kind of too lazy to do all that research, but yeah, I'm still gonna go in depth in some of them, not all of them though, because I know a lot of them more than I do the other ones. So here you go. This is the top 10 fights in all of history, which is not history, but in in all of fiction, which is my personal top 10 fights. But you could have put yours down in the comments as well if you'd like to. Yeah, let's just start the video. Now, before we start the list, I would like to shout out to all of the new people who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me. And a lot of people watched the last video, which was the Makima video, the rant video that I did. And honestly, I did not even expect it to have that many views, because I was kind of expecting at least 10 views, because most of my videos before that one were like 2, 3, 4, 5 views. But yeah, thank you for all the views, and let's hope we could break that view count in this video as well. But yeah, just trying to say thank you. Now get back to the video. Shoot. Get back. All right, now this list again is of my personal opinion of my top 10 fights in all of fiction, and it is no way objective. It's very subjective. You could agree and disagree with some of the placements here, or even disagree with the whole list, but it's just, in my opinion, my personal favorite fight style. I like to watch again over and over again, especially when I'm on YouTube and I'm like, yo, I remember this really cool fight scene from this one movie I used to watch back then, and or this one show that I watched recently. And honestly, it's just, I love a lot of these scenes, and they mean a lot to me basically. But yeah, again, this is just a personal opinion. It's nothing based on fact, or anyone who wants to dispute that could try, I guess. But yeah, this is number 10, Rocky Balboa versus Apollo Creed from the movie Rocky. Now, after rewatching the fight of Rocky Balboa versus Apollo Creed in the first Rocky movie, honestly, I get to see a lot more than I actually did when I saw the fight when I was a kid, because that fight it's immense. It's a really well choreographed fight, a really well made fight with the story in mind, and it basically shows a lot of qualities that Rocky possessed at the time, and during when he was still a rookie, but also showing the qualities of Apollo Creed, which is the veteran. Now, in the fight itself, Apollo didn't really train before the fight, because he took Rocky lightly. He was like, he's just another one of these people who's looking to get a quick, basically quick 15 minutes of fame, and I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna beat him up and call it a day. Even in the scene, there's a part where in the corner where Apollo Creed, was sitting during when the bell got rang. They basically told him, was like, this kid doesn't know this is a show, that it's that he thinks it's a fight, so just knock him out so we could get on going. And it's really really nice the way that they show it, and it's like, wow. Yeah, this was supposed to be for the cameras, but since Rocky, he's a rookie, and he basically wants to show and show that he has what it takes to go the full like the entire way, to show like, yeah, I'm not just a normal, just a run of the mill guy who's looking to fight the champ just for publicity. I'm here to actually prove myself, and that's what I really like about the fight. And Rocky itself is a very inspirational movie, especially the soundtrack alone is just like one of the best soundtracks of all time. I don't care what anyone says. You can fight me on that debate. I don't care. But like that soundtrack itself, it hits different, and the fight, it makes it even better, because at the end of it, like every single time I watch the fight, I just keep hearing the soundtrack in my head, even without playing the song. I remember every single word, and I remember how it goes, and it's what elevates the movie a lot for me, and why I like it a lot, and why it's number 10 on my list for this video. Now we get into a territory that a lot of people know and is very popular in pop culture nowadays, and it's actually got its own term, which is bullet time, and it is The Matrix. Now, number 9 is Neo versus Agent Smith. And the fight I'm talking about is not from the one from Revolutions. Is it Revolutions? Because there's The Matrix Resolutions, and The Matrix Revelations. I can't even remember the names of the second and third one, but I know the first one the one I'm talking about is the one from the first movie, which is The Matrix, and it's when Neo and Agent Smith, where Neo discovers that he is the one, and basically it's in the train, and he jumps into one of the agent's body, and then he breaks out of it, and then he starts fighting Agent Smith in the train station, and it was amazing. That fight is one of the best fights I've ever seen in like straight up just it's oh man, I'm speechless right now. But that fight between Neo and Agent Smith, and how he was just blocking him with one hand without even looking at him, that is like the choreography. First of all, it's so good. I don't even know how the Wachowskis did it, because that's the Wachowskis. They are the ones who made The Matrix, and I don't know how they did it. I don't know which fight choreographer they got to do it, but that fight scene was amazing. And while its emotional implications isn't really as deep as I would say as Rocky's, but like the way that he fights Agent Smith without looking at him, and basically he's basically fully confident in himself now, because he just discovered that he is the one. He is Neo, which Neo, is kind of like a synonym for the one. So he's kind of like, yeah, I'm that guy now. I could basically fight you hand to hand and without even paying attention to you, because I'm just that guy, and you can't really do anything to me. And that's why I like so much about that movie, that scene. And it's just well choreographed, and it's well done, and it's just executed perfectly, honestly. And shout outs to the people who choreographed that scene, because that it still stays in my mind to this day. On to the next one, number 8. Now, even though number 8 is basically kind of the same thing for number 9 for me, which was the Neo versus Agent Smith fight in The Matrix, this one is a little bit higher, because this is one of my favorite animes of all time, and honestly it's one of the most popular animes of all time. Which is Naruto, and the fight, which is Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. Now, it comes from Boruto, and my opinion of Boruto isn't the best of opinions. I really don't like it. It's just my opinion, though. Again, but it's like, for me, Boruto just doesn't do the same. It doesn't, hit the same notes as the part 1 Naruto did, because a lot of people are comparing Boruto to like Naruto Shippuden, but I'm not even doing that. I'm just comparing it to the first part of Naruto, because if they're gonna make a spin-off show for the kids, the future kids of the Naruto cast, at least make it as good as the first part, or even better than the first part. And I appreciate the fact that they're trying to do original stuff, original to Naruto, but some of it is kind of like redone tropes from things we've already seen in Naruto, and some of it even done a lot better in part 1 of Naruto. But I would admit, the only thing that I prefer in this anime is the fact that they managed to make the fight between Momoshiki and Naruto and Sasuke into a very like well choreographed masterpiece of an anime fight. And because if you watch the movie, the I think it's the Naruto Boruto Next Generations movie, or is it called Naruto Boruto something like that? And the movie the fight was not good at all. Like honestly, like the fight was not good in the movie. It was pretty ass. Like it was very like straight to the point, cut and dry. It wasn't really anything to write home about. But in the anime, they animated the manga version, which is where Momoshiki looks a lot more like a humanoid, because in that movie he looks weird, but in the anime he still looks weird, but he looks a lot better than he did in the movie, and it looks just a much more monstrous. Even though he's like a one-note villain, I still like this fight because it's such a tribute to, old Naruto, where they just fight with their hands and they rarely use jutsus unless it was like necessary. And I do like the callbacks in the fight where Naruto throws the Rasen Shuriken, and then this man Sasuke, freaking Momoshiki dodges it. Sasuke pops up from behind, hits him with tries to hit him with I think it was like a shuriken or something like that, and then Momoshiki binds him, but then Sasuke hits him with the reverse bind and he just gets trapped in oh my god, I love that scene. That scene is, and then not even talk about that, the taijutsu that they showed in this animation is actually animated by a team of I think it's they're from China, and they're like Chinese animators, and the way that they made the fighting so fluid, and it feels like you're watching humans fight. And it's crazy because the way that it translates so well to the screen, and it's like the animators went all out for this because they knew oh yeah, this is Naruto, we gotta go all out. This is something this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so we have to go all out for this. And this is the best episode by far in Boruto. I don't care about people talking about the barrier mode fight with Jigen. This is a lot better animated than that fight, in my opinion. Nothing takes the cake from this fight. It's honestly top 2 fights in Naruto, just in general, because this fight just the best animated one and the best choreographed one. And I don't think any Naruto fight, except for Naruto and Sasuke in the last fight that they have in Naruto Shippuden, other than that, there is no other there's no other fight in Naruto that tops this, in my opinion. But yeah, except for one that you will see later on, but it doesn't really top it. It's more of a honorable mention. But yeah, we're just gonna go with the flow. Number 7. So number 7, Roddy Piper versus Keith David. Now this fight is from the movie. It's a cult classic. It's called They Live, and that movie is about a guy who finds a pair of glasses that allows him to see that aliens have taken over the world, and they're basically using subliminal messaging to hypnotize and brainwash everybody. Now that movie was adapted from a comic of the same name, and it's a lot different from the comic than it is actually in the movie, because the movie is more of a very strong guy, goes on this adventure to try to stop the alien overlords who have taken over the earth by secret. And I really liked the movie. I watched it. The first time I watched it was during I was in high school. It was during my sophomore year, and it was just it was a weird time for me that time, because I was kind of exploring different type of movies, and I eventually found out about this movie because I was very interested in alien, extraterrestrial movies back then, and that's how I found out about that movie. I found out about Prometheus from those, basically the searches. But yeah, this movie is exactly that. It's a movie about an alien invasion that happened, and people didn't know but they didn't know any better, and a guy finds out because he puts on these weird glasses that allows him to see through the aliens, basically their disguise. And now this fight scene it's not the best, but it does something that is so like revolutionary in the movie making scene. This fight takes place on a very like long one shot, and it's like just two guys fighting each other, just punching each other back and forth, just going back and forth. And it's 6 minutes long, and honestly it's one of the longest one takes in just movie fight scene history, and it's done well. It's not like they're just punching each other back and forth and punching each other. It's like more like they're fighting each other. Sometimes they fight dirty. Sometimes they pull out these moves where they hit each other on someone would punch the other one, and then the other one would like kick the other guy into the trash can, take the trash can, hit the guy with it. It's a very fun fight to watch. It's like just filled with adrenaline, especially like the whole reason why the fight even happens in the first place is because the main character tries to get Keith Davis' character to like wear the glasses and realize like, yo, this world that we live in right now is not the real one. It's like we are brainwashed and we're basically being taken over by these aliens, and Keith Davis' character doesn't want to do it, and he decides to basically just like he just decides to start fighting. Well, before he starts fighting, he actually takes the glasses from him and he tries to like destroy them. But then the main character doesn't want that to happen. He wants them to see the truth, and that's how the entire fight happens. And it's like a really fun fight to watch, because if you realize by the ending of the fight, they I guess he forces him to wear the glasses, and he's like, yeah, just wear it, and then he wears it, and then he sees what's like really going on, and he's like surprised and shocked. It's like, oh shit, like what is this? But yeah, it's a really good fight. It's one of the longest fights to ever happen on this, like in the history of film, and yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Go watch it if you never watched the movie They Live. It's really good. It's not the best movie out there, but it's definitely a really good alien invasion movie. But yeah, on to number 6. So, number 6 is Yip Man. The fight scene, the dojo fight scene in Yip Man 1, or Yip Man. Now, a lot of people do kind of agree on this point that this is one of the best fights in the series, and for me, it just personally is my favorite fight in the entire series because it carries so much weight. Now, there are other fight scenes in the Yip Man series that carry a lot of weight, like the fight against Twister in Yip Man 2, or even the beginning fight in, I believe it was Yip Man 3? It was either the ending fight or the beginning fight in Yip Man 3, where he fights one of the students that, decides, he fights one of the people, I think it's called Master Z, and he fights him, and that fight itself is so well choreographed, and it's like, it shows that this guy, who was basically a former student of Yip Man, is trying to take him down and basically become the new master of Wing Chun. And it's so, man, that movie is amazing. And this is not the only martial arts movie that's in this entry. There's actually like, I believe 2 more after this. But yeah, the fight scene is really good. The fight was it was filled with him just basically killing these kids, these dojo students, because the story takes place during wartime, I believe, and it was when Japan, I think I already mentioned this, when Japan invaded China, and it was very he wanted to get revenge for his friend who they just killed in cold blood, even though he wasn't supposed to die. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire thing, and I love the fight. I really just do love the fight, and it's really good. I'm kind of dragging this along way too long now, but yeah. Yep, and I think that's the end of the list for now, because this video is getting a little bit too long. But yeah. Now, I was originally planning to do a full list breakdown of my 10 favorite fight scenes in, fiction. But this video has gotten a little bit too long, and we've just passed the 20-minute mark, and I'm just gonna do a part 2 of this list, and I don't want it to be too dragged on because honestly, I don't want to make videos that are like extremely long anymore, because I used to do that back in the past when I used to do like gaming content on here, and I usually make them like an hour long, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but yeah. Basically, this video is going to be around 20 minutes, 23 minutes long, and I hope people actually do make it make it to the ending of this video. But if you like this video, don't forget to share it with your friends, your family, even your pet, and just smash the like button. I guess don't smash it. Just break into this house and grab its milk from the fridge and then force it down its mouth, and yeah, it just make it gargle on the milk right there. Smash the like button, and don't forget to comment, and also you can check the description below for my socials. My Instagram will be there. Well, you can check my Linktree, which will have my Instagram, my Twitter, and everything else. And yeah, I'll see you guys on part 2. I'm out.